Today I will start with measure of central tendency. Measure of central tendency is very basic of any statistic class and very beginning. In fact, statistical calculation start with measure of central tendency. So let's see what is this. First of all, let me discuss what is statistical measure. Statistical measure can be classified into measure of central tendency, measure of variance, and measure of skewness. So if you know any of them, it is very good. If you don't know, don't worry because I will discuss everything one by one and in detail. Statistical measurement include measure of central tendency, that is arithmetic mean, weighted arithmetic mean, median, mode, geometric mean and harmonic mean. Measure of variance are range, quartile deviation, average deviation, standard deviation and coefficient of variance. Measure of skewness is relative skewness. I will discuss everything in detail. If you have knowledge any of these things, it is good. If you don't have any knowledge of all these things, so don't worry, I will discuss everything in detail. So first of all, measure of arithmetic mean. It is most widely used measure of central tendency. It is defined as the ratio between sum of the observation and number of the observation. It will be more clear with an example. Arithmetic mean you can denote using this formula. So here capital S with this bar denote the arithmetic mean, and the sigma sign denote that summation. Means we are going to add a variable that we are showing here with tags that start with I and it went up to n. The total number of variables or total number of observations are n starting from 1. So we have to add all the variables, all the observation, and then we will divide total number of variables or total number of observation. You can set anything. So let's understand the same thing with an example. So here is the simple example to understand this arithmetic mean when the data is ungrouped. Ungrouped means you have all the data single, you have not grouped the data. Grouping of data and then calculation, the calculating mean, I will discuss just after calculation of ungrouped data. So here is the number of employee, means we have 9 total employee. You may write here name also, that is not much important and relevant. So I have written here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. You may write here name also. Here is the salary of all these employee, means we have 9 employee and their separate salary. Now we have to calculate the average. It is very simple. Add all these things and divide by 9 because the total number of employee is 9. In Excel you can use average function. You can see here I use the average function to calculate. So you can write is equal to average and then add all these things. So let's check again. I am calculating again. Use is equal to sign and then write average. The average will automatically come. Just click on average and then select all the cell 1 to 9. Close the bracket, press enter and you will get the result. This is the formula, pure formula that we use to calculate the average in Excel. We may use this stepwise formula also. Means first calculate sum, then divide it by the total number of observation. So we can calculate sum using sum formula. Sum, here the sum formula came, and then select all these observation, close the bracket, divide it by count. So here count came, click on count and then select all these, close the bracket. Now what is our formula? Our formula is sum of all these observations divided by count of all these observations. Press enter and you will get the result. However, if the same thing will come in an examination, then you have to calculate all these things using your calculator. That's all for this lecture. We will meet in next lecture.